Welcome to Idhar Udhar Ki Baatein.
A podcast that has something, nothing, and everything in between.
These are unfiltered and unscripted conversations between
Sam,
Ryan,
Rich.
who just want to talk.
but I don't know what to talk about.
Exactly.
Bro, so the other day, Sam and I, we were just doing Sam and I things and surfing on this Facebook, right? And so we have this thing, I don't know why, I just like searching my name on Facebook or on Google. I just like seeing myself. It's just weird. I like to see what's out there with my name, right?
Obsession much.
Okay, so we searched Samantha Andrade on Facebook. Guess what pops up?
Your name?
No, a doppelganger of Sam.
What?
I am not kidding you. It's not a name doppelganger, it's a doppelganger. There was a person out there who looked exactly the facial structure and all, bone structure and all exactly like Sam. Exactly
Just thinner.
like, yeah, but she was like thinner. I mean, she was slimmer and she had the same bone structure. I mean, if I could, we'll show you the picture later on. I think I might
She's
have
not there, but now.
I think I have a screenshot of
Did
it
she
somewhere.
die?
No, we've tried searching for her again, but we couldn't find her.
Yeah, it felt like a glitch in the Matrix or a
Yeah,
glitch in the
literally. It was like the glitch in the Matrix.
It was so weird because I was like, okay, it makes sense if you see a person with the same face, like, or similarities. Same face, same name, same surname. I was
Same
like, bro.
dressing style.
Yeah.
Just a little bit maybe different. If I was thinner, I would have dressed like that.
Maybe
that
it
kind
was
of.
a glitch from the future, you know?
I
No.
don't know. Possible. I mean, she had a kid. So I was like,
I was
had
talking
a
about
kid?
Yeah.
I was talking about a
I-
kid Sam, but
I
okay.
mean, I stalked her a little too much after Sam.
I was just creeped out.
I was just like, Sam, this you? What? And it was so weird. So Sam and I were discussing about it the other day. Like, I was like, bro, if you continue to keep gymming and everything, right, you might actually reach that complete body weight type, and that's how you might. I was like, you don't even need to think about how you might look if you lose weight. That's literally out there. That's how you would look.
Not playing into my insecurities at all.
What are you
No.
insecure about now?
Oh my god, the list goes on. I don't think the podcast is enough.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it's just body image would I think be the main thing. And I'm saying body image because I don't know how else to describe it. It's just the way I look. Maybe the figure would be the right word. Figure would be the first thing.
I think that's body image only, no?
Yeah. Body image would be one. But you know, also when I see on Insta, since we've been talking so much about Instagram, when I see all of these more fatter women, I would say,
Plus size woman.
plus size women. See, I'm fat. I can say fat.
Seriously,
I-
you can't say fat.
I know,
People
right?
get offended with it. Like I don't know why, but whenever I say I'm fat, like Rachel said last time, when you say fat, everybody thinks unhealthy. But when you say healthy, people think, oh, she's just maybe bigger. So he, she, whatever. So I remember seeing some of these posts and people's comments on it. First of all, I love reading the comments because a lot of them are funny, a lot of them are quite serious. But this was a little bit of a mix of all of them. So it's all of these singers, I think, who are very overweight and are promoting body image and are saying, you know, it's fine to be fat, it's fine to be this and all, but their eating lifestyle and their lifestyle in general is very unhealthy. And that's what they're promoting. So I think that's a misconception when people talk about body image. They're trying to promote body positivity. That's what I wanted to use the word. When they're promoting body positivity, they're trying to promote an unhealthy lifestyle, saying that being fat and unhealthy is okay, which I don't think is right. I think being fat because of hereditary or just because of certain genetics or hormonal issues is very different from choosing to eat unhealthy stuff because you just enjoy it and you don't care about your body and you don't care about anybody else around you. Because we've been in situations where, you know, family members who don't take care of themselves, later on, you know, other people have to take care of them. So it becomes a lot, not just for you, but also for other people later when you don't take care. Because right now, when you're young, it's not going to show. Like, none of it is going to affect your body as much as it's going to when you're 60, 70. And one of the reasons why people, like our grandparents and all of them, have lived for so long and are relatively healthier than us is because of their lifestyle. It's because of how active they are. It's because of how they eat, how they live life in general. Whereas us, fast food joints are so readily available.
Yeah, but
You know-
that doesn't mean just because I've got to stay healthy or just because I've got to maintain a figure that I stop eating the food I like.
Oh no, that is not healthy lifestyle at all, by the way. I think after I went on a diet, and I'm using the word diet, very loosely, because when I say diet, I don't mean strict diet with like,
No, when
salads.
Sam says diet, she means she's gone vegetarian.
No, that was not a diet. That was just a switch from being a non-vegetarian to a vegetarian. A diet is what I've started maybe in the last 2 years. And when I say diet, I mean like choosing to eat healthier rather than choosing to eat unhealthier. So instead of going out every week, I would go out maybe once in a month. And this is me just saying that, okay, this is just an example. Plus, even eating at home, I have also realized that, eating at home doesn't mean you're eating healthy. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a big thing that I learned after going on my diet, that eating at home, because I don't have a very big appetite, okay, and I'm a huge, like, I'm big, but so everyone, when they see me and when they see how much I eat, sometimes they'll be like, you eat only that much? I'm like, what do you think? How much do I eat? And generally I always get this, like, people will see me, they'll be like, oh, you're only eating this much. They think I will take like 3-4 servings, and I'm like, okay, I know I look big, but my stomach doesn't expand that much. So it's all of this stuff. And eating at home, I always thought was healthier, or if I'm eating at home, it means like, I'm eating healthy. But no, I was putting on so much weight even when I was eating at home. And then I realized why, and it's the things that I'm eating, or like the timings that I'm eating that are not working out for me. So I think when you talk about body positivity, it's a lot about figuring out what works for you, but also choosing a healthier lifestyle. What do you all think about this?
I mean, I would say more than what you eat, it's your routine. So what I observed is when I was in hostel, right? Hostels have this good thing that you've got food only from time X to time Y. Like, you go out of that, there's no food until the next meal. So when I was over there, believe it or not, I lost about 12 inches in just 6 months. Yeah, and it's all about timing that I realized. Of course, there is a part about what you eat. So over here at home, there's bread, there's pizza, there's burgers, there's a lot of variety of stuff.
Yeah.
But even in hostel, we had ragi dosa. So it's not about the rice, right? We had ragi dosa, we had dal, we had khichdi, and it's not like there was no non-veg. There was chicken also. But it was that fixed scheduling that your body will, you will eat at so time, and you will sleep from so time to so time.
Yeah.
That I believe regulates the body and lets it, heal itself, or lets it digest.
Yeah.
Whereas here, when we are busy on our work schedule, we are like eating at 6 o'clock in the evening, sleeping at 1 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 3 o'clock in the morning in case Sam's watching anime. So I think that's probably what's causing, means it might be hereditary, I'm not saying no. My
Yeah.
family has that fat gene, I'm sure Sam's
Yeah.
family too. But it is possible with, maintaining a schedule, that I feel that thinning is possible. You can't just accept the fact that no, मैं healthy है तो मैं पतला नहीं हो सकता.
Yeah, I think a lot of fitness people, a lot of fitness instructors, right, they will always talk about how other people use the excuse of it's in the genes. I think it's in the genes, but you can also choose a healthier lifestyle.
So my perspective of this is, Ryan, most of what you said sounded like a lot like what people do these days, intermittent fasting, right? That you eat from like, I think, a certain time to a certain time, and then you don't eat in that other specific
Eating
period.
window, yeah.
I think, what is it called?
The 16 to 8 hours fasting.
Yeah, so 6 to 8 hours fasting. And it's like you said, right, that coupled with the fact on when you're eating, right? So a lot of people in the olden days and all, right, like our grandparents and all, right, they used to eat their dinners at like 7:30, and then don't eat anything after that, right? At max maybe 8:30, and then they sleep off by like 10:30, 11, get up at 5 in the morning. They had like a proper routine in place. Your body gets used to that routine. Plus they did a lot of manual work as well, okay? And as you said, right, we are people sitting at home at our desk. We don't really move as much. We don't get that much exercise, and I feel that that's a very stagnant kind of a lifestyle that we're living, because of which a lot of that impacts not only our what we eat, but also our mental health. And honestly, a lot of body weight and everything, right, is linked completely to your own mental health also. Like, I have seen a lot of people, like, if they are upset or if they're sad about something, some people just stop eating. Like, they just stop eating. And what you don't realize is, people do this, right? They are like, if I want to lose weight, I'm just going to starve myself.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you starve yourself, you're just bloating yourself on. So your body starts to break down your own internal muscles and all of that. The good stuff. The body's breaking down the good stuff. It's not breaking down the bad fats or no, it's breaking down the good stuff. And when you starve yourself, right, that's not the way to lose weight. Like Sam said, right, we went on a diet. So the both of us, we actually went to a proper dietitian nutritionist, because I wanted to get a lot of my sugar in control, and I also wanted to become a bit more fitter, a bit more healthier. So when I say healthier, is like we have a lot of knee problems in our family. We have like very
weak ankles.
weak ankles. Okay, so I know somewhere along the line, if I don't fix this now, in like 10-15 years, I'm going to be sitting there, knee replacement surgery and all. And that's not something I want to do, right? So I was like, I need to fix this now. If I don't fix this now, I will not be able to survive in the future. And because we started the diet, I realized that just by making simple changes in my food, or simple changes in the way I eat, I'm actually sustaining, I'm actually fuller, and I don't need to snack every like 2-3 hours, Like I go on a snacking journey sometimes.
Oh, snacking is fun, especially when you're watching a movie or reading a book.
Like I realized that having popcorn is not unhealthy, but it depends. If you're having like overly buttered popcorn, that's obviously. But
I'm talking about munchies, something like.
That's what, right? So the point of me saying that is that popcorn is not unhealthy like people say it is. It's what you're adding to the popcorn.
Who says popcorn's unhealthy?
Bro,
initially there was that myth that popcorn is not healthier, like how much obviously too much consumption of anything is not good, but a lot of people
moderation
say,
is key.
yeah, I think it's because of movies. When you go to watch a movie right in the theater and all, unka popcorn is obviously not healthier because they will add a lot more preservatives in it.
Yeah, but the popcorn you just made, that you just buy those kernels and you pop it at home and you just add a little bit of salt to it. Those are perfectly fine for munching to satisfy your cravings and all also. And that is something I learned. Like, I think Sam would probably say this better, but she has a better relationship with food because of how we look at it now. A lot of people these days are just into fad diets and crash diets and all that, and I'm like, it's not sustainable.
Yeah, I think for a very long time my relationship with food was so distant. It was pretty much non-existent. I used to eat just to survive. It used to not be like I used to eat to thrive on the food or to enjoy the food or anything. Mainly because of how much I've been bullied because of my weight. It's because I'll drink water and I'll put on 2 kgs. And I know that's just water weight, and like I'll still crack that joke quite often. But seeing that weight increase on your scale is very frustrating when you're constantly hearing badgering of people being, you've put on so much weight, or oh my god, you look so pretty if you lost weight. So does that mean I don't look good now? Like, are you playing into my own insecurities? And the other part of losing weight, like just the same phrase of you have to lose weight, whereas nobody talks about the inches. So you saying you lost 12 inches is a lot more impactful to me than you saying you lost 12 kgs.
I think that's more like around 60 kgs, but okay.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, right? Like 60 kgs is a huge thing, and whoa. So that's what I'm saying. I don't like, now people have started talking more about healthy lifestyle, sustainability, and all of this stuff, but initially it was all about crash diets. It was all about
so I remember in the between, so Sam, we both went on the diet together, right? I at this point I don't think there's anything that Sam and I have not done together. It's just a thing now. So Sam and I went on the diet together, more or less because we wanted to support each other also, and I don't know why.
Food.
Doing it together, because half of the time we are just having food together.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
No sense.
To fix our relationship with food. I remember she started gymming and working out and all also, right? So what happened was okay. So I remember she started gymming and everything, right? So people say, right, that you're not losing weight and everything. What was happening with Sam, I think, in the middle out there, was that she was not losing weight, but she was gaining muscle.
Yeah.
And she was like, but I'm not losing weight. And I was like, but you are gaining, you're becoming stronger, your body is utilizing it correctly now.
Exactly. And it was so frustrating because I'm looking in the mirror, I can see I'm toned, okay, but at the same time I'm putting on weight on the weighing scale, and even that time my dietitian like, we need to like maybe bring down the muscle a little bit and like lose the fat, basically lose down on the muscle. But my muscle was also a lot higher than generally it should be.
Is that a bad thing?
Not really. Like, there's a whole thing I don't want to get into because I have to still try and understand it. But my trainer, he would
There's
say,
a lot of complexity
yeah,
attached
so
to
I
it.
don't want to like say anything because I don't want to be preaching to anyone who is trying to learn anything on food or like gymming and everything, because my trainer said that the muscle will basically replace your fat, and that is why he makes me lift heavier. But like at the time my dietitian would be like, lose a little bit more of the muscle, lose more of the fat and all of that, not lose your muscle. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. So this is why I don't want to say it, because I don't want to provide any misinformation. So yeah, basically I had to get everything back into control. The problem with that is, this is fine if it's on a diet for like 6-8 months, 9 months, 1 year, but what afterwards? You cannot stick to a diet for a very long time unless you have it has been inherited into you. So this is the thing, I lost, so initially when I started on my health journey, right, I started with losing a lot of weight at home because I used to just work out at home, get my diet into control, lost significant amount of weight, then put on all the weight back again because I was working out at home. This was, I think, during COVID time. Then post COVID, me and my friend, we started going to the gym together. So she needed to put on weight and I needed to lose weight. So we would obviously do exercises accordingly. So I lost a lot of weight again because I just started gymming. Again, I started putting on a lot of weight. So this has been a back and forth for the past 6 years. And it is so frustrating to sometimes see other people and be like, fat is good, like, body positivity. And I was like, do not promote people to be unhealthy. You should, and I'm saying this from being on that side. I was very unhealthy. I had so many health issues, man. I had so many breathing issues, and I'm just 26. I will turn 27. And this was at about 22, 23. And I was having so many breathing issues. I couldn't walk properly. I couldn't run. I couldn't do anything. It was so bad. And that is why I'm saying, like, don't promote an unhealthy style of living, because you don't know how it's going to affect people. And you're just talking about body positivity, but you're mentally impacting people who are much younger, who idealize you, saying that, oh, this person is fat, why should I bother? No.
I think what they are trying to say is not, don't like eat unhealthy. What they're trying to say is that if you are obese, it's fine. You don't. I think what they're trying to say is, I think they're more directing it towards the thinner people. I'm using the word thinner because thinner people are the ones who bully fat people the most.
Yeah, honestly, I think at this point, it's so. Wouldn't you be happier if in school there was this pop icon who was a little bit fat? Okay, I remember there was Viscera, there was Mark Henry in WWE at my time, right? So they weren't idols, but there was a little bit of, when you got into fights, okay, a big guy's coming in, there's some weight to it. So wouldn't it be nice at that point of time if we had more pop culture items who were healthy, and they could, we could start thin shaming people. I mean, actually, to be honest, I have thin shamed people.
I have done it too.
I'm a nice person.
I have
Sam's
a friend
a
of
nice person. Oh my god.
No, I have a colleague of mine who I just call her Pau Kilo.
Rachel.
but in all honesty, she knows it that I am just kidding and I meet her only like once a month. So I'm not a bad person, guys. I just have comments.
She used to bully people. She called people Pau Kilo. Y'all make the decision.
But no, so that's what I relate to is that, when I look at icons, when I look at Meghan Trainor, right? I find her beautiful. Okay, people call her fat, people call her on the healthier side and all, right?
Even Selena Gomez, dude.
And I'm just like, bro, she just looks completely normal to me. Also, one thing people don't realize is that it takes years and years of practice to unlearn the habits that you all have grown up with. Like, I know someone who has grown up on Thumbs Up when she was a kid. She has literally grown up on, her family just drinks Thumbs Up, bro. And I'm like, what is this?
It's like the concept of water is not there, but at the same time, that's the thing, right? You need to unlearn, and that is so easy to say, but it is so difficult for the person who's in that situation to unlearn those habits or learn to control those habits or control your cravings and all of this. And I think that is something we should be promoting. It's okay to be where you are. Okay, but you just need to try and be better than you were yesterday. And it's not about, being thin. It's not about being fat. It's not about being, anything. It's just about your lifestyle and working towards being healthier for your own self. One, so that you can look yourself in the mirror and not feel disgusted. Okay. The other one is so that you can feel...
Wait, I'm going to stop you over there. Why would I look at myself and feel disgusted?
Oh, a lot of people feel that. Some, not just because of body image. Sometimes people just dislike the way they look because of whatever, their own insecurities. And this is not just related to figure. Some people just don't like looking at themselves.
So if they don't like looking at themselves, then maybe they can be motivated to change, right? It always comes down to a motivation to change.
Motivation is overrated.
How is motivation overrated? At this point, I have no reason to curb my eating habits, no reason to. So right now I'm at the phase where I'm like, okay, I don't know when I'm going to die. I might as well live my life to its fullest and be overdone with it.
Yeah, but that's the point. You don't know when you're going to die. And suppose something, God forbid, okay, I'm going to knock on wood for this. But if something does happen to you, okay, tomorrow, it's not about you just, you're going to die in an instant. This is the mindset that irritates me. If people think they will say, okay, I'm done, and they die. No, you suffer. You suffer a lot. And with you, the people around you suffer.
But that could also happen to a healthy person.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Anything can happen in life, but that doesn't mean you walk on the unhealthier path because you're like, who knows what is going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah, but so if I'm going to face 10 years of suffering in the future, I might as well enjoy it now, right?
Ryan, it's not about enjoying it. Okay, you can enjoy a healthier lifestyle as well. And when I say healthy, I don't mean eating only salads. I don't mean eating only a certain way. You can go and enjoy your pizza tomorrow, but instead of having a whole pizza, you have maybe a small, maybe you have half a pizza. It's about balancing. It's about balancing your healthy lifestyle and adding things that you enjoy into it. It's not about, living unhealthy or saying, oh, I'm going to die tomorrow anyway.
I'm good with controlled proportions,
Yeah.
but I'm not good with the fact that you cannot eat certain stuff. No.
It's not
if
about
you
not eating.
enjoy it, go for it.
Remember this. I've learned this over the years. It's never about subtracting from your food. It's always about adding more. And when you talk about adding more, I don't mean things that are not good for your body. I mean things that are healthy. So instead of saying, okay, what can I remove from my plate? You say, what can you add to your plate? So if there is rice, you can have another salad. You can have bhaji. You can have something else. You can have something else. It's about having a variety, but having in proportion. It's about...
So basically, I think what Sam is saying, you have your pizza. Nobody's saying
Yeah.
no. Probably have a salad before the pizza, so the effect of the pizza on your body is less
regulated.
Yeah. Or so this is something that I learned, I think, with the diet, is that when I have salads or something before, right, it helps to create
a mesh.
It helps to create like a mesh, and the sugar from the rice and everything that I eat, which I absolutely enjoy. I love rice. Not a very good this for diabetics in general, but I love rice. Okay. So what happens is the salad part of it, right, it helps to create like a small mesh. So the sugar from the rice is released much more slowly. So you don't have a sugar rush. So I think what Sam is saying is that you need to, when you're eating, you need to be eat in moderation.
You need to be mindful.
And you need to be mindful of what you're eating. And what Ryan is trying to say, I'm guessing, is that I want to look in the mirror. I want to live for the next... I mean... There are people who have not done a single cigarette in their whole life and have gotten lung cancer. And for them, they are like, you know what, I'm just going to die anyway. I will eat unhealthy. Or I'll just smoke that cigarette. Might as well now. It's kind of like that metaphor, I would say.
Yeah, see, I get that the world is unfair and stuff happens, unfortunately. A lot of times to people who are more conscious about their health. I know that. And it's just that you can choose better alternatives for your own self. Okay, and by this I'm not saying don't enjoy life. Enjoy it to the fullest, man. Like, it's your life, you do what you want. Just make sure that your decisions are not affecting someone else in the future. So yeah, that's all I think we have to say. But let us know what are your thoughts on body positivity. What are your thoughts on idols talking about body positivity and how they look in the mirror and anything. Bye.